Well, we have somebody very special for me, Martina Spann. Really welcome here today in Marbella Lifestyle. I enjoy your company, and more that I know you have such a good heart. You help a lot of people.
Thank you so much for the very warm welcome. I help where I can, but it's not that much. I have a philosophy. When you have a
Don't say you don't help that much. You do. You try your best, and plus you do something very special.
But when you have a good life yourself, you have to share it somehow, and you have to give something.
Yes, that's true.
I mean, I start with my project. Then I suppose Hagamos Las Paces, Let's Make Peace.
Yeah.
Project in Colombia.
I help on that one. I'm very happy. Huh? So I make a little push in it, right, Martina?
You do. You make a big push in it, actually. Well, I came across it about 2 years ago, read it in the Rotary magazine, and by now we have achieved 48,000 from the Rotary Foundation to support it, to explain it quickly to those people who haven't heard about it yet. It's peer mediation in schools, meaning the children are mediators for other children. It's conflict resolution in a country with 52 years of civil war, the longest civil war in history. And of course, it becomes a big part of society when you have a civil war for so many years, because I mean, just imagine, you and I, we would have not had one day of peace in our entire lives.
It is tough, that thought.
When you think about it, you know, you calculate, well, how old am I? And you would say, okay, I mean, it's longer civil war than I'm old. So just to give some reference to people how long that is. And well, this time I went over the project is very, very implemented already, vastly implemented in Medellin. They are in about 60 schools, about 50 public schools, and also in 10 private schools, because they want the support of the private schools. But in general, it's in very, very poor, conflictive areas. In Colombia, the parts of town are divided in 6 estratos, meaning 1 is the poorest and 6 is the richest. And they are in some of the estratos which are 1, but in reality, if there was 0, it'd be...
Amazing, really. We have some
0.
Yeah, it's amazing, really bad in one say. But we have some picture we're going to show after that you send me to see how they're developing it, because the best thing is to give culture to the kids, a future.
Absolutely, and they are also teaching the teachers how to mediate, because you have to have the teachers in the same ball game, because just imagine the children can't cope anymore, and there is no teacher to turn to. So the first day I was there, they did the capacitating of teachers and then of young children, and it was really, really wonderful to have the statements of the children, how much it helped. And one little girl came up to the lady who implements the mediation project, and she said, could you please also teach our parents, because it's at home where the violence is, and you need to train our parents. That would help so greatly.
That's a tough word to say, huh? And to listen to it. Right.
It is amazing. It is amazing, and these children are so bright, and they take it on so brilliantly.
It's so thoughtful, in the same that they want the parents at the same time to be better yet, and be more efficient, and to teach them, because maybe they don't know how to write, maybe they don't know how to read. That's the worst part.
Absolutely. And although you know that already Bolivar said Venezuela is the army and Colombia is the university. So actually the educational system in Colombia is pretty good. But still, with this very, very violent part, and I met university teacher. She is a professor for physics, yeah. And she told me that still these people that believed in the FARC, even though they put the arms down months ago, they come into the university with masks, armed, and you don't even know what they want. it is still like a very violent environment. I saw a cat caged, and one of these teachers that we had in the workshop, that we brought a professor, Juan Carlos Torrego from the University of Alcalá, who's very, very advanced in school mediation. He's got these helping students like that identify when children have a problem, where there is not really a conflict to mediate, but children that have a problem because the parents get divorced, for example, or there were other issues in their lives, and they help them to become part of let's say part of school life again, because some children are completely pushed to the side. They have no friends. They are not involved in school life, and he has a program for that. And we did that for 3 days. We trained the teachers that are already doing the mediation courses for the children, and it was absolutely brilliant. Yes. And one day I took the professor to the Museo de Antioquia, the Botero Museum, and it doesn't look like it looks wonderful. I've also sent you pictures of that, yes. Of this big place with the trees, and it looks lovely, but it is very dangerous. They told us don't even take your mobile phone out to take pictures.
That's the whole trouble. It's so dangerous around there. It's pity being such a beautiful land.
It is absolutely beautiful, and then, you know, as we were walking around, I saw this little cat caged, and I was looking for a home, and one of the teachers agreed to take the cat. And we were in the workshop, and I wore a dress, nothing too special, but a colleague from the Rotary Club, well, I haven't mentioned it yet, I'm from the Rotary Club Marbella-Guadalmina.
Everybody knows that, for sure. We don't have to say, everything started with the Rotary Club, okay? That's for sure. But I like because Martina does so much and helps so many people. Really, she tried her best to get the best to the people who can't have a good life. This is true, and I think that's positive for you. And I think so that being even the co-founder of the Rotary Club, it is more important what really you do with your heart. For me, it's that you give your heart for everything. Really.
Oh well, but it only works because there are wonderful colleagues at the Rotary Club. We're 43, the Rotary Club of Medellin, who has created that project in Medellin. They are 80 people. And
they keep fighting for it, that Rotary Club.
Absolutely. Just to finish the story, and I wanted to go with that girl into town to pick the cat up, and they said
the story of the cat.
Yeah, the professor was also laughing at me. We got the cat out. And he said, you can't.
You know why I laugh? Because I've been seeing the picture of the cat all the time.
It's true. I sent you all the pictures of the little kitty.
But it feels so bad. What can you do?
But then listen to this. Now, you know, the professor has this postgrad studies, and we got the girl with the cats.
Okay.
Postgrad studies. We got her a beca. We got her a scholarship. So the cat came with a scholarship. And
that was a great deal with the cat. The cat has to be with a scholarship.
So, you know, it's what the founder of the project said to her husband. The cat comes with a scholarship.
Well, it's a sweet way, but it's an innocent way, because really the cat needs a home too. So it's a sense, it's the same. It's two life, and they bond together now.
Absolutely, yeah, it is like that, and it's not just that. Had it not been for the cats, I would not have talked to the girl. I would not have met her. She was one of 35 students that was sitting in that workshop, and I exchanged a couple of words with almost all of them, but you don't get to know people in 3 mornings. And this girl is so extremely bright. And especially then I heard that she's looking after all her family. She looks after the mother, the sister, and the children of the sister, and now the cats. But she had 3 cats before.
Okay.
This is why I said, look, I mean, you have 3, you can have a 4th one.
But it's in the sense of something bond you in a sense with her, and find out that she was an amazing young lady who has intelligence and helping the family. That's an amazing part of it.
You know, and Professor Torrego said a marvelous sentence. He said, you know, generosity should bring generosity. She's helped in a way, and now we can help her. Exactly.
So I think so. That's what we have to say to everybody who listen to us. Generosity has to be always, every second in life, to help others, because you never know on the back of the round who's going to help you. That's the truth.
Absolutely.
Imagine your car stop, you somewhere, you don't find nobody to help you. I mean, you say,
yes.
Why? Maybe because you never help nobody.
Yes, and I must say, you know, I have come across such amazing people in this world, and I always found help when I needed it. Sometimes in the weirdest situations where you say, okay, that was amazing that I just bumped into that person, he could help me, she could help me out. And I totally believe in that. And in German we have a saying, you always meet twice. You even may meet somebody that you've met before in totally different circumstances, and the situation may be exactly the other way around. In the first place, you may be in a power situation, and the other person may be needy and whatnot. And then, you know, maybe 10, 20 years later, it may be completely the other way around. You never know what situation you are in life.
It is true. So that's why you have to be always help and give a hand, because you never know when you're going to need it. That's my saying. Yes. Very simple. Yes. You always have to give a hand, but you don't know when you're going to have it. Your children's or yourself or your family. So we have to say to everyone, Martina, who listen to us, where they can help, where they can reach out again. If you need any other help, or the Rotary Club is doing something special.
I totally agree. You have to help people because you might need it, and even though you never need it, I mean, there is no reason why not to help people.